afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, little show about big things back here in the beautiful Elk Grove studio today. It's Twisted Tuesday with Carol Brandolino. We're so excited to have Carol
Hi.
back with us. Carol, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I said I feel refreshed. I can't wait to go over everything that
We're
we
going to
did
feel
yesterday.
refreshed.
It was a lot of fun.
It's going to be good. We'll talk about that. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, mostly dedicated to people like you for watching the show. Thank you guys so much. Today is Tuesday, October 15th. It's Twisted Tuesday. Let's go to work. Hey, it's Ocean Spit, everybody. Thank you, Dino Manzella, for putting that promo thing together. Intro, guys. We have a great show lined up for you. Do we have a recap of Columbus Day, which was yesterday? And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about other couple good things. And before we do that, let's get right to Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Norridge's Plains, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, Mesa, Arizona. Folks, U-Haul Rentals at all their convenience stores. They're here for all your moving needs, personal, business, small loads. They have you covered. Download the Ace Wars app. Easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. That's Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods, guys. All right. So it was very interesting. We're going to just start off real fast. I want to thank everybody that came to the Arcada Theater on Saturday. Sold out show in St. Charles. The place was jumping, and I want to thank, of course, Jerry Jams, the band, Tony Toto, Danny Ramundi, and it was a lot of new faces, which I loved, but a packed house since the minute we started, so it was very good. I also want to thank our good friend, Tom Hartman, and the Royal Palace Theater, or Event Center, it's better event center than it is a theater, in beautiful Joliet. And I want to thank Tom Hartman and Ocean's Rat Pack, of course, Bill Sarotella, Elliot Wimbush, Jerry Jams. Thank you, Julie and Karen. And it was great seeing Nina there, folks. And of course, great seeing my friend Carol there with you. Now, who did you actually have with you there at the Royal Palace?
So I had my mom. I brought my mom out. My daughter, who makes very rare appearances because she doesn't like stuff that's very, very loud and crowded.
Okay.
So my daughter and my son, and then a good friend of mine, Gina, and you've met her a couple times, and her daughter came out too. So actually, it was really nice to have a couple few different generations there. We had a great time.
What was their take? The younger generation. I mean, and honestly, I mean, what they did they understand it? Did they get it?
Well, they do, because my friend, Gina, the mom, her dad was I think he was a singer too, and he sang like that type of music. So he used to sing to her daughter, his granddaughter. So the grandparents are gone now. So in our family too, I guess it's how you're raised, right? Or what you're raised around. So we, our kids know all the older music too, classic and Rat Pack. But so they loved it, obviously. But I got to tell you, it was really weird. Right before we left my house, we all met there, and the lights in my kitchen never flicker. There's one in my bathroom that does, because whatever, it happens. But they say, a lot of times when lights flicker, that means that there could be some energy in there.
Yeah, someone visiting you from the past.
Yes,
yeah.
I believe in all that. Very much believe in all that stuff. So we were sitting by the island in my kitchen, and all of a sudden my light just started. We were getting ready to leave. I'm like, oh, that's weird. I said, somebody's here, because this never happens. And Gina, she's like, oh, I don't know. Maybe it's like my dad or something, whatever. Yeah. So we went to the show, and she's listening to music, and her daughter is kind of shy, and she was listening. She was really kind of emotional because her grandparents and stuff like that. Well, then Bill Sarotella was walking around doing his singing through the room. It was very packed. And so he walked up to the girl, Gianna, and he started singing to her, like serenading her, this song that her grandfather used to sing to her.
The way you look tonight, the way you
Tears
look
in her
tonight.
eye, like, and her mom looked at me. I said, I told you somebody was there. Somebody was there. And she said, oh my God, I can't tell you how many things today have really just made me think about my parents, my dad. So no matter what, I think what you guys are doing, if people love that kind of music, you guys, I never saw you do that. I mean, I saw you at St. Jude's, but you guys don't do the whole.
No, St. Jude's really did the songs. And actually, even that place there, you have to really, but it's certain venues, the show's a little different. Depends on what it is, but it worked out good there. And the people were rowdy as hell, especially those people in the front.
I saw you get mad at them.
I'm gonna go, hey, you guys want to finish your story? Go ahead, right ahead. Go ahead. So it's like
you were like
they were lit. They were lit before they got there. So they were gone,
Gianni goes, Did you see Tony? Did you see him yell at those people? I go, he just put him in their place.
I didn't yell. I go, you guys go ahead. Go ahead, finish your story. And it was just
they were loud and obnoxious, but I'll tell you what, you do a great job. I know I don't think you have acting experience. I don't know, but you
thank you.
You play a damn good drunk.
I have a good time, boy. I tell you. Just great. Watching Dean, and Dean wasn't. He played drunk, but he didn't. You never knew some things he would say, or the words would be different and stuff. So I had a good time doing it. And it was
awesome. My mom loved it.
Some of the Jack was flowing. So I'll have to tell you, it was half iced tea, half Jack Daniels in both bottles.
Oh, okay. So there was a little bit of something
on
in
that
there.
show. Other shows, they're completely blind. We were in Forget About It in Galena. Some people are going, oh, that's iced tea. And I took my bottle. I walked up to them and I poured it in their glass and I made them take a shot. They were like, oh my God.
That's what I wanted to know. I'm like, ooh, that would be fun as the show progressed if it was all
a little surprising, but it was a lot of fun. And thank you, Carol, for coming. I appreciate that.
Of course. So
you're watching Ocean Spit, little show about big things, folks. Let's get another sponsor on the way before we recap Columbus Day and the pros and cons of Columbus Day, and we will definitely talk about that. But let's get right to one of our sponsors here, Mary Grievous, for all your real estate needs, buying or selling your home. Why don't you get to my good friend Mary Grievous, folks? Yep, there she's here. Perfect real estate professional, whether you're putting your home on the market or looking for your dream home, give her a call today. She's available to sit buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, expired listings. Berkshire Hathaway Real Estate, that's Mary Grievous. Go to mgrievousstarkre.com or give Mary a call at 630-688-1725 and tell them Tony O sent ya. That's our good friend Mary Grievous. And then if we're going to talk about Mary Grievous, we have to talk about NTD Vacations, folks, which is going to be a lot of fun because it's the Chicago Music Cruise. And it's happening March 22nd to March 30th, 2025. It's going to be the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line Oasis of the Seas. 8 days, spring break, Florida, Carousel, Aruba, and Coco Key, Bahamas. A lot of great acts, but let's just give some of the featured acts, of course, Hillbilly Rock Stars, the Jersey Girls, Tony Ocean, the main event band, and let's not forget the ringleaders themselves, the great Seventh Heaven. So go to chicagomusiccruise.com, put in Tony Ocean, or give Mary a call at 630-688-1725 and say, hey, I want to go on the Ocean with Ocean March 22nd to March 30th, 2025, and enjoy the fun that we're going to have there. All right. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. And if you guys never went to a Columbus Day parade, at one time, it to us, the Italians, it's still a pretty big deal. And all the Italians getting together, all the different companies. It was about 140 floats. We were on 4th, 76th, whatever float. And we got the sponsors on the float. Again, I have to take my time and thank Armando Supermarkets. Now, Danny and Robin couldn't be there. Danny was sick. And we want to thank Sal from Deutsch. He had another prior engagement. He couldn't be there. That's Deutsch Jesus. Anyway, thank you, Deutsch. I want to also thank Frank, and of course from Postatanos. He was there from Postatanos at Oak Brook and Wheaton. It was great seeing him. And we also want to thank Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair. And Mike and Gigi couldn't be there either because prior commitments. So it was great. And I need to say a spectacular shout out to Jerry Jams Renda for busting his butt on that float and making it all sound great. Thank you so
Mhm.
much, Jerry. They said it was the longest across country Columbus Parade, Chicago, most successful. We were on the TV. We want to thank Ryan Severini, who was plugging the hell out of Tony Ocean.
He's so
He
nice.
was one of the best Italian. It was great. He even plugged Ocean's Pit, which was very cool.
That's awesome.
And then we got to take a picture with him, which was very nice. But it was great seeing all the other great singers in Chicago, Louis Pipes and Frankie Setta. And it was great seeing Vito Zotto and Regina Karma and Danielle Crawford at the Italian national anthem.
Yeah.
And it was so cool. And, Mayor of Ron Serpico, great seeing him. A lot of political people. But I also we need to thank, of course, Paul Anka. Wow. Changing the words, and of course, Ron Onesti and Rich Onesti and the Onesti organization that does an incredible job putting that all together every year, and it's a fantastic thing that they have them. What was your take on it, Carol? Was that the first time you were ever involved in a Columbus Day?
Yes, totally. First time. I have to say you're always thinking, oh, that's going to be fun. I've been to parades, kind of standing on the sideline too, which is fun. But being on the float exceeded my expectations. It was just like a party, like a spring break party going down the road. Oh, I don't know. It was just everybody got along so well. People were happy. Everybody was having a good time. And, you got to meet a lot. The music, Jerry Jam's like the unsung hero. I mean, that sound is so good, and I was like, I would not.
A great time. I gotta thank Tony Toto, of course, and Julie Toto and Danny Ramundi, the main event band, coming there singing with us, keeping the party going. So thank you, Tony. Thank you, Danny, and of course, thank you, Jerry Jams. It was great, and we had a lot of fun. And my wife Laura came, which she doesn't go to a lot of things, but she does like that. And Tony and Denise and David, Pam, of course, throwing out free Blistex because she's a big. She does a lot of stuff with the company, so she was throwing out free chapstick, whatever. Lipsticks to everybody, lip stuff to everybody. Great seeing Franny and Dominic. It was great just seeing some great people. My buddy Russ, but and then of course I know some people seen Sal, the voice, I guess from.
I was excited to see him, and when we first all met at the hotel, I was like, okay, there's a couple people I just really want to see today. So he was one of them, and then Frankie Valli, of course. I mean, I was searching high and low. I don't even know if he was there, but if he was, it was nowhere where I was. But
yes,
so Sal was one of the first people I saw at the hotel where we were all meeting in the morning, and I was excited. Gianni was excited. So he was very nice to us, very kind, took pictures, was very friendly, just kind of a laid back, down to earth kind of guy.
I didn't get a chance. I opened for him in Addison many years ago when Ron Onesti, but I never heard him sing because I never seen the show because I don't watch that because I'm always working at night.
Right.
So I don't know what he sings or what he even sounded like, but I know he won the show at one time and now he's touring.
Yeah, he got the golden buzzer. It was it was a good show. Great show that when he got when he got the buzzer. But the guy that had the Italian sport coat on,
that was my guy. I loved Tommy Cutlass is the big agent for a lot of celebrities and NFL players, and he was the agent for Tommy DeVito, of course, for the New York Giants.
Okay,
and he was there, and he was like, and also Grand Marshal too. Is another. Something I know Paul Anka was the Grand Poobah or whatever, but whatever he was doing something, and we had a little conversation with him, and that was very, very, very cool, and it was great seeing those people there, and it's a great thing. But the sad thing about it, ladies and gentlemen, and I was talking to Roy McCampbell, my attorney today. And I also wanted to say we met Luigi Candidato. He's the prime minister or something of Italy, was there. So I guess he's going to come to Venuti's. I guess they're coming to Venuti's next Thursday. Cool. And of course, my friend Bobby Forietti again is running for state representative. He was there with his own float, but he was there afterwards at the Casa Italiana for you people. And some of the, I think I might have been the only. There was maybe two of us.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of that. You need a bigger flag.
Pam and Dave had the shirt, and then there was a car. I forgot what number it was, but there was a car that was just all Trump on the card. So
Okay.
in the card. So, but otherwise, I thought it was a lot of fun. And we meet at the hotel. That became that's not, it was weird. We did this like 20 years ago with Ron, and we met there. So from now on, we meet there.
Oh,
My friend was one of the valets, so you give him a little slip, and you keep your car right up in front.
yep.
And then you can enjoy, and then you enjoy. And we had a few cocktails. The only thing that sucked, we all got there about 10:15, 10:30, and the bar didn't open till 11.
I don't even understand that. And they had maybe one bartender, then the manager came back. I don't know. It's Columbus Day Parade. At 11 o'clock, you should have 3 bartenders on. They lost out on a lot of money. People were waiting.
They lost on big money.
I asked the manager, do you want me to come back there and make some, because I can do this for you.
They lost big money. And thank God a lot of people had their own flasks. So
well, yours is a flask. Mine is a 44-ounce one.
That thing was huge. Yeah, that thing was like, look, I thought you would just walk around pretending you were drinking water. So
no, but I was pouring it into other. So Laura, when she got we got her a cup and she brought it on I was going to say the boat. I keep wanting to call it the boat on the float. So I said, I got you taken care of. This isn't all for me. It was just like high noon, right? It was high noon, those vodka, whatever drinks. But so she was having a good time. I like to see Laura unwind because she's always so, she's busy. She's going, so she was unwinding, having a good time. And she had like this much wine left in her cup. It was a white wine, I guess.
Yeah.
I said, she goes, oh, put some of that in there. I go, but it's not wine. It's like vodka mixed with, it's a high noon. She's like, I don't care. It was like peach and lemon.
Mix it all together.
It was peach and lemon, iced tea and vodka.
It was cool.
I was pouring it in people's cups. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
But
and there was other great. Jack Muccio was singing there. I want to say hello to everybody from Hardcore Italians, Louis Pipes, Joey Spins, Mike and the crew. We took a big picture on the middle of the street over there with all the police officers back to blue.
Oh yeah, that was good.
And you know what? It's a couple of them were a little teary-eyed when I was saying back to blue, and I go, guys, you were, took all your power was taken away, and you can't do shit, especially in the city of Chicago.
Well, they're not
and I'm hoping when the new election comes, things will change and they'll get their power back. But it was just love. There was no fights, no protesting, nobody getting but there was thing in the morning. Everybody was calling me, Tony, watch out going down don't take the Eisenhower, because two people were walking on the expressway and got hit by cars.
Oh my God. I didn't even hear about
I don't know the story, if there was a broken down car and they were trying to walk somewhere, or they were just deciding to walk on the expressway and traffic was backed up for a very long time. And, but when we got there, we were okay. We didn't go through any traffic. By the time we left the house, it was okay. This was all done like at 4 or 5 in the morning. So the streets were closed. And it was a little crazy, but also, like I said, all the great singers, Nick Hodges and the piano band, Jack Muccio at his band, Frankie Setta, Mike and Tracy, the Taylor Swift Experience, Regina Karma, and of course, our float. And it was just a lot of fun. So it's good. But what's sad, what my lawyer, Roy McCampbell, was talking to me. Roy was a great guy. He checks in. It's no business. Just, hey, Tone, how you doing? Just checking in with you and the family. There was a part, ladies and gentlemen, that it was sad, because back in the day of the Columbus Day, Mayor Daley would come to the Columbus Day parade, and the governors would come. There was nobody of high official political party in the Chicagoland, Illinois area there. The governor was not there. The mayor was not there. The mayor before him was not there. Lori Lightfoot never showed up. Nobody in the high power of politics in the city of Chicago was there to represent Columbus Day. They want nothing to do with Columbus Day. They're trying to change the day. I don't care. They want to change it to, how do I pronounce it?
Indigenous people.
Well, why don't they just have their own day? Give them their own day, Indigenous Day, and let us keep Columbus Day.
I agree. I totally agree with that. Yeah.
We want everybody to have their own day. There's nothing wrong with that. That's great. I agree with you. But I think it was important that they needed to do that, and not one. And they have not showed up, I think, since Daley. Jesse White's Tumblers was there, but Jesse's not in politics anymore. They were performing. He was there. But
I think they know better than to be honest with you. I'm going to have to say this. I think they know better than to show up, because whether it's the mayor of Chicago or the governor, why they know where their place, where that's concerned.
Well, when they're
No
trying to
one's gonna
stop
wanna
it
see
all
them.
these years, when they stole the statue and all
Right.
that,
I mean,
you guys all know the story, so we don't need to
yeah,
go into that. But Ronnie
right.
still
You're not
takes
fighting.
ridicule. Yeah, Ronnie Onesti takes ridicule and all the time still. What's with this parade? But they try to stop it. They try, but they can't stop it. And
Why
it's
would you want to
peaceful
stop it? Why? Why?
because
You
it's
don't stop
because
anybody else's. I don't
it
understand. It
wasn't
makes
their idea. And you know what? Everybody was on their behavior. There was no riots. There was no crime. There was nothing.
no,
It was all
no.
laughter, songs, and togetherness brought
Mhm.
together. But not only the Italian community, but a lot of people got together too to support the actual day or the or the Italians in general. It was just a great thing, and I'm proud to be very proud of it. Yeah,
Well, there was
even
a
there you
Greek,
go.
Greek representation too. There was a large Greek representation there on the floats. The floats
Yes,
had
there
Greek
was.
flags. So I
And
pictures.
Carol, what was the name of your company's float? Had a float.
Yeah, so well, she just had one on her own. It was for the Regional Office of Education because she
Okay.
is an Italian American elected official. So
Uh-huh.
when she found out that I was doing this, she's like, "Oh, I wonder if I could get a float." So she kind of has gotten to know Ron Onesti a little bit when we went to Springfield. Remember, we saw him there. So she's gotten to know Ron a little bit. So she actually reached out and said, "I want to float." A couple weeks ago, and so yeah, they made it happen. She
And it
yeah,
worked
she
out.
loved it. She loved it.
And to Albert, you're right. There was the Norwich mayor, and there was the mayor Serpico of Melrose Park and Skippy of Elmwood Park. There were the Teamsters, but there was none of the big. There was no governor that should be there in the state of Illinois. There should be the mayor of Chicago should be there, please.
Yeah.
The mayor and the governor should be there of the state of Illinois. Should be.
Yeah.
I'm only
Unite.
going from what we know in the past.
Yeah.
They should have been
Mhm.
there.
Right.
Case closed, and they're not. And yeah, of course, Cook County Treasurer Maria Pappas was there, correct. But I mean, where's the governor, Robert Provenzano? Great seeing you, General.
The general was there.
General always looked good. But where was the governor when he's supposed to be there? And where's the mayor of Chicago that's supposed to unify everybody, show unification, walk
Right.
with the front, walk with Paul Anka, walk with Ron Onesti, walk with the Italian Americans, walk and show some, but they're never
Right.
going to happen.
Right.
And there you go. There you go, Emo. You're absolutely right. KJ, how you doing? Absolutely. Kamala Harris was critiquing Christopher Columbus on TV. And of course, they're going to. Like I said, recap of the Columbus Day Parade. It was very successful and no rain and everything was good. And then afterwards, everybody went to the Casa Italiana, which is
Never
a good
been there before either.
thing. I mean, people, I've seen so many people. I got a hammock and it's free. I got a hammock. It looks like some of these people haven't eaten in weeks. Holy cow.
Well,
I just
they were
got to have
drinking.
one more piece of pasta. Just one more. Like, guys had plates like this.
They were drinking all day, but you know what? When I got there, I was so hungry. I would have eaten
were
off of
hungry,
somebody
yes,
else's
yes,
plate.
yes.
I was serving.
You
but the
make a
food was
plate. You make a
excellent.
plate.
Yeah,
You don't
it was
put it
excellent.
all on one plate. You don't go to everything. Just go
No.
like this and walk out like you got a shopping bag.
No, people get greedy. People get greedy for sure. I mean, but it looked delicious. I didn't get to taste everything. Whatever was kind of left, I was picking at,
Yeah,
but it was
Me and
really
Laura,
good.
we had some shrimp.
Yeah,
And we
that
had
was
some
good.
lasagna, which I don't eat pasta, but I was so
Mhm.
hungry I couldn't wait in the
Yeah.
line, so I
Yeah.
ate lasagna and some
Yep.
vegetables. Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy, guys. You're watching Ocean Spit, little show about big things. How about another sponsor? Again, I want to say thank you to Deutz Power Center, not only for sponsoring the float, but sponsoring the parade again for the third year. Thank you, Sal. I also want to thank Mike and Gigi from Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair for all your Crash Champion collision needs. And I want to thank again Danny and Robin from Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin. Some of the sponsors couldn't be there because they had prior commitments or they weren't feeling well, but they were still there in spirit.
Yes.
Because the banners looked good. Their logo stuff on the side of the float looked incredible.
Yep. Yep.
Governor Pritzker's overweight. He can't ride on the float. Okay, well, there you go. Good one. Good one.
He could be the float.
yeah,
Thank you, Albert. He said, you know what? I do take pride in my picture taking because I do try to capture moments when I see them. I'm like, oh, I got to get that. Oh, I got to get that. I almost pulled Ron Onesti on the float. I grabbed his hand and I pulled him over to the float to take a picture of him.
See,
And if
right,
you
yeah, there you go.
zoom in on the picture, it looks like my nail is like digging into his hand. But I'm like, you're not
Oh,
getting past me, buddy. You know.
it was a lot of fun, and
Yeah.
also great seeing Uncle Louie's variety show. Those two guys are incredibly funny. They were on the show, very funny guys. Also, okay, so let's get to some other stuff here, folks. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. It's fun. Congratulations to the Chicago Bears winning again in London. Sunday morning at 8:30. Of course, they played another shitty team. So they beat two shitty teams. So congratulations to the Chicago Bears. Wait till Minnesota and Detroit and Green Bay, and then we'll see what happens. So it is. They won 4 games. So God bless them.
Okay. All
And
right, to start.
congratulations to the New York Yankees winning first game in the second round of the playoffs. And of course, the Mets won too. So everybody's hoping for a Mets Yankees face-off would be very, very, very
Has
cool.
that happened before? Has that
Pardon me?
happened before? Has that
Years
happened
ago.
before?
It happened
Okay.
years ago. Yes, it did. So that was cool. Albert, great seeing my buddy Albert on the float. Thank you, Albert. And Marty Malarkey from McCormick Place. He's the head concierge. He was the guy that was on the float with us. So thank Jerry Maselli. Yeah, there you go. The Alfa Romero, Ferrari. Yeah, that group, they know how to party. Absolutely. They know how to have fun.
Yep.
So very cool. What else was I going to say? Wayne Newton was at, I think Thursday or Wednesday. Wayne Newton performed at the Arcada Theater.
Yeah, I saw pictures. How old is he?
Pardon me?
I wonder how old Wayne Newton is. He's got to be up there.
Yeah,
He's got
yeah, that's right. Jackie, Jerry's, the jacket he had was the Yankees Mets Subway Series. So you're right, absolutely. I don't know how old he was, Paul. Wayne Newton, but it was great because that's the last of the legends. They're all gone. Thank you, Albert. He was there last Wednesday, and he's 82 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. 82, and Lee Stevens opened for him, which was fantastic. But it was just great to see some of them. And like I said, there's not too many of those guys left.
No.
Carol, do you believe now? I think it's 9 or 10 Mondays till Christmas.
I don't even want to talk about Christmas. I feel like a jerk Grinch, and it's not that I don't like Christmas. I do love Christmas, but I just, with that comes decorating and grabbing things and pulling stuff out and then having to go shopping. So I just want to do experiences. I told my kids, can we just spend the money, but let's do experiences instead of a bunch of gifts, and half of them you don't even use them, a week or 2 weeks afterwards. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's, I don't know.
I agree with you. The next day those gift cards are gone or they're returned because they didn't like the gift cards they got.
Yep.
It's just horrible. I'm ready for a winter. Bring on the cold. Bring on. I'm going fishing at 5:30. I know it's supposed to get a little colder, but I'm going out there today. Going fishing at 5:30. Danny Mazzi from Armando's. Again, thank you, Danny. We missed you and Robin, buddy, and I hope you're feeling better. Danny Mazzi from Armando's Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. Can you only imagine how those legends rolled in Vegas back then? All of them together like that. Carol, Frank, Dean, Sammy. Elvis, Bobby Darin, Tom Jones. It was just, we'll never see that.
No. Yeah. You guys do a good job. You know what? You guys got a nice group of musicians that you all travel with and do things with. And, you guys, I think, do a great job. And you can tell that everybody gets along because there's good chemistry.
Well, most of us do. There's some that are gruntle and whatever, but most of us do. And like today, we got a show coming up November 13th at the Tivoli Theater. And at 9:30 this morning, me and Tim Cian, who is the promoter of the show and the owner of the Tivoli Theater, was there today along with Rick Lindy. And we did a little promo video promoting our show November 13th. It's going to be November 13th. Wednesday night, a 7:00 show. Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones and Ocean's Rat Pack at the Tivoli Theater. Beautiful theater. This theater holds 1,000 people, folks. Wow. It is high class theater. We're trying to get some more tickets sold, but it's going to be great. Go to Classic Cinema Legends.com and you can get tickets for that show. And we're going to release the promo video. And I got to get a hold of Jerry after this. I got to send 5 tracks, Jerry, of Rat Pack songs to Rick Lindy's, and he's going to put it in the video. Just the tracks, the ones with no music, with no vocals, We got to send that to him. But yeah, so that was good. But we all came together and tried to promote the thing, very, very cool. Yeah, it's fun. And of course, Carol, I think the toll in Florida, was it 27 dead now?
Yeah, it's so sad. It's so sad. And so many people that I know some of them personally that are really, they're getting these, trucks packed and driven out there, and people are leaving their lives here, that can, if they don't have little kids or whatever, and they can be flexible with work. They're going out there to just help people, to do everything they can, because one whole family was wiped out. 11 people died. I think it was in North Carolina. 11 people. The house, there was a mudslide. The whole house. I mean, it's so sad, to see that this is happening to people, and they're struggling and they're not getting the help that they really do need. I know there's only so much people can do in a certain amount of time, but there should definitely be a lot more help going their way.
There should be something more done. And speaking of the Florida, the damage, Danny Raimondi's son, Anthony Raimondi, who's very big with social media. He's going to be on the show, starting the show with us on Thursday. Just awesome. Right from Florida. He's going to give us some details of what's going on. He also believed that it was man-made. He believes some of the stuff that's happening. Now, I don't know that, but you know what? If I'm going to be totally honest with you, I wouldn't put it past this regime that we have right now. Speaking of this regime, you heard about I think Vern Miller, the gentleman's name, the man they caught at Coachella in California, almost another attempt supposedly on Donald Trump, but they do not know if it was on Donald Trump. He was caught with a rifle, handguns, fake press passes, fake different identities, different IDs of different, he was like, so they don't know. The California arrested him, the police arrested him and let him go on a $5,000 bond. That's
of course.
it.
Let him go. Let him go. Walk around with a rifle and go. Yeah, just go. Yeah.
So they let him go. They can't prove that he was there purposely for the tried assassination attempt. Why would a guy be there?
Matter.
Fake
you have
press passes,
rifle.
fake IDs, fake IDs, a bunch of different identities, a rifle, handguns. Come on. But it's in California. They don't give a shit. And wait a minute. And the funny thing about it, 80,000 people in California for a Trump rally? Michigan looks like it's going to flip. Pennsylvania looks like it's going to flip. I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, Craig Olson, bass players are the nicest people. Absolutely. I agree with you. Thank you, Craig. There you go. So it's just weird, and it's just sad. It's just sad. And I don't know. And guys, it's not that far away, right?
No.
And we're going to do a live broadcast. Me and Carol, we're going to be at Cousins in Roselle on Lake Street on November 5th. And I just want to make sure that we let people know this. If you want to come to this, I think Dino's going to put some pizzas out.
Okay.
We're going to go live about 8:00. We got a couple people that want to talk, and I want to get people from both sides of the pier, the parties. I want to get both sides. And I promised you that I'm not going to be crazy with the whole Trump stuff. I'm going to let the people do their talking. I'm going to wait and see if we even get even if we get a final result at the end of that night. I'm only going to be there for an hour, and anyway, I think by 9:00 we should know some things that's going on, some sort of numbers, right? I know, but we're going to start it there at 8:00, and we're going to put a post out. Angela, what's up? Steubenville, how you doing? Ohio is in the house. So I hope you guys can come out, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be just me and Carol will be there live. Thank you, Dave Antonelli, for setting that up.
Yeah, thank you.
We were talking about, Carol, about the Florida. We talk about how many people died, but what happened to the animals? What about the people at the Tampa Bay Zoo? The animals.
I mean, when I start thinking about the animals, I get just sick. I mean, of course, people, I get that. But when I saw these videos of houses kind of partially floating and these animals guys were in the water, first responders, regular people, and these little dogs are on the roofs. What was a roof of a house with it collapsed, and they're just standing there waiting. And then dog is floating down the water, swimming. It just, I don't look. It's a natural disaster. I understand that, and I think people are going to be really. They'll get it when you say man-made, because I do watch Anthony. I actually watched Anthony on his social media for a long time. I loved him. I absolutely loved him. I got my kids turned on him. I didn't know he was Danny's son.
Yeah, he's on the show. He was on the show a couple of times. We met him. He's come to our gigs. He's a great guy.
I love him. I love him.
He knows his stuff, and he's got a lot of followers. He's got a lot of followers in the Florida area, all over, that follow the guy.
Yep.
That's so Anthony Raimondi, download, which is the son of our sax player, the great Danny Raimondi. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have him on the show on Thursday, and tomorrow, my friend Julia is having a horrible situation. Now, Julia and I go back many, many years. She used to work at Jilly's downtown on Rush Street. She moved to Arizona. She has her mother that they put in the state, got custody of the mom.
Oh no.
And now the daughter is trying to get her back. And there's a lot of
like coherent, like mentally well.
I think she's I think I didn't get all the details. I was going to wait to let Julia talk about it tomorrow on the show. And she's going to let us know that the GOL, or if I'm pronouncing it right, GLO, whatever it is, it's an organization that are stopping her for getting her mom back. And it wasn't because of her. The estate, they took her estate, they took everything, had nothing to do with their kids. So it's going to be very interesting to find out. There it is, Anthony Raimondi's. Follow him on Conservative
Conservative Ant. Yep.
A-N-T. Yeah. So if you are conservative, gentlemen, ladies, listen to him. And if you're not, listen to him anyway, because you're going to learn the right stories. You're going to learn the real truth. Yeah.
Yep. So, and he's funny too. He's very good at what he does. Very good at what he does.
To have this girl on tomorrow, Julia, a dear friend of mine, and we're going to see what happened. It's sad. It's sad. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. How about Jack Vena Landscaping, folks? It's that time for their monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, field, fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. They offer plant design, service, installations, and a fall gutter cleanup, servicing the North Shore for over 44 years. Call my buddy Tommy at 847-432-5266. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Twisted Tuesday with yours truly and my good friend, of course, co-host Carol Brandolino. We recapped a lot of good stuff that's going on. Carol Brandolino is brought to you by Encore Music in Shorewood, Encore Brandolino Music in Shorewood, Illinois. Ethel Kennedy has passed away. That was Bobby Kennedy's mom and Cheryl's Robert Kennedy's mother-in-law, if I'm correct. But she was actually raised in Highland Park. And no, not Highland Park, Hyde Park. Hyde Park. And she was also it's another family, a Kennedy curse. But she was an older lady too. And now, folks, they're looking at, listen to this, Carol. Came up on a health.com social media thing. It said French fries now, doctors are saying, are worse than smoking cigarettes. Eating French fries are worse than smoking cigarettes. Can you believe that?
I can believe one thing. I know one of the worst things I read recently that you could put in your body are seed oils. So depending on what the fries are fried in, what kind of oil is huge, that's important. It's very important. So yeah, I believe that it is terrible for you. I don't know how to compare it to cigarette smoking and what's going in your lungs, but all that stuff is going into your body and then it clogs up your artery. Listen, it's none of it's good for you. Okay.
No, it isn't. But now,
the seed oils are the worst, they said.
The problem is, so should the pack of French fries come from these different fast food joints? Should they put in their warning?
Like a disclaimer?
Like a disclaimer.
Right. People will eat them anyway. People will eat them
People
anyway.
can eat them anyway. They don't give a shit. I mean, it is what it is. I want to thank you, but they do taste good, Richard. Damn, they taste good.
Fries.
But to cigarette smokers, guys, to cigarette smokers, that's just as good as a French fry for people who smoke. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for people. I mean, I smoke my cigar. I don't inhale it.
Right.
But there you go. There's Nanette. How you doing, Nanette? Albert, I'm going to thank you for correcting me. Bobby Kennedy. It was Robert Kennedy's widow. Thank you so much. There.
Okay.
Thank you, Albert. And Johnny Maggio opened for Wayne Newton. So thank you as well. He did something too on the other show. And speaking of Johnny Maggio, congratulations. Johnny's the head security of Onesti Entertainment for many years. 31 years yesterday with Onesti Entertainment.
Wow.
Congratulations, Johnny Maggio, a great singer and just one hell of a great guy. And he's been with Onesti Entertainment for 31 years with Ron and Richie. They were the first three that started that. And he's still there.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. Right about it, Peter. The fuck is going on with this country? Do with a rifle, sever identities, walks, man-made hurricanes, telling people where their parents should put God. God help us is right. Well, there you go. Craig, McDonald's fries is health food.
Yeah. We could tell ourselves that. Listen, I love fries.
We tell ourselves that.
You know.
Oh, my God. Also, happy 46 year anniversary to Tony's Italian Deli Subs. Another place, 46 years in business, right? Carol, how long has Brendolino business? How many years have you been in business?
50. Over 50, a little over 50. Yes, a little over 50 years. His grandparents had it for 36 years. And then when they, sold it and retired, then I think we're on year 18 now. I mean,
that's fantastic. What does that tell you about a company and people that believe in it? And when
family owned and operated is very important. You're doing, it's personal, just like you said, Ron Onesti, right? When you see people that have done, like the gentleman that's with them for 31 years, that means that they're a good person to work for, work with. He has a great reputation, which is how he gets all these big names to keep coming back, because he treats them well. And people don't forget that, because he cooks for them. I mean, for heaven's sakes, he cooks for the people that come there.
What? As much as good as Ron Onesti does, or when anybody does good, God forbid any of us do something wrong or slip, we are the worst people ever. They never think about all the good that people have done for the community, and all of a sudden, well, this one didn't go that well, so screw you. I mean, that's just how people are, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just jealous and a lot of bullshit, and it is what it is. It's crazy. I also want last thank you and congratulations. My buddy Dino Manzella, who was with Seventh Heaven for 14 years, is stepping down, retiring, taking some time off. Dino was their sound engineer, and he's going to take some time off. So Dino, we wish you the best. He's going to do some singing. He's got a great voice. He's going to do some singing. He's going to do some stuff on his own. And who knows what the future tells. But for right now, he's going to take some time off. So Dino Manzella, thank you for everything with Seventh Heaven, brother. And thank you for always being there for the Tony Ocean Show, especially when we were on the cruise, and my intro, and just being a good friend. So congratulations to Dino. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. All right.
I found a cigar. Oh, by the way, I found a cigar in my purse. It was half smoked.
That was mine. That was mine.
What the hell? I go like this.
Okay, wait. They couldn't find a table to eat at the Casa Italiana, so I laid my cigar down. I guess when we were all eating, and I guess you ended up in your purse.
I thought it was Gianni's. Okay, because you gave Gianni.
Because we were smoking the same cigar. Me and Giovanni had his own cigar too, but
he wasn't inhaling though. Like as I said, I'm not the mother of the year all the time, but he wasn't inhaling. He was feeling it with the cigar.
Okay. Bill Clinton can do it. Bill Clinton can do it. Bill Clinton can do it.
That's what I told him. I go, you sound like Bill Clinton. Take it easy right
now. Excuse me, another correction. Johnny Maggio is the overall general manager. Plus, he also runs security there all the time. So thank you, Albert. Another one on that. Paul Anka called Ron his beastie. I mean,
bestie.
Bestie.
You don't want to say beastie.
Bestie.
No
Bestie. Oh, I'm brutal. I'm brutal, guys. All right. Think about this. I can talk this about tomorrow, but this is something that's interesting. I want your take on this, Carol. Mel Gibson, supposedly, okay, Mel Gibson, great actor. People love him. Of course, he got in that trouble for making those comments, anti-Semitic comics when he was drunk or whatever it was. But he got himself, he's not a mainstream guy anymore, but he still makes movies, still directs, still does what he does. But he's coming out with a documentary movie now about Hollywood sex trafficking, groomers, pedophiles, and he's going to put one out to expose these people. Now, R. Kelly, Harvey Weinstein was very big in celebrities with all the actresses and stuff. P. Diddy now, which now there's more people coming out in lawsuits saying that it was a 14-year-old boy getting raped. And there's a lot of people on the list. J-Lo is supposed to be like one of the top of that party thing. I don't know. Nothing has all come out. There's Nick. Speaking of Nick Sahaji, we did talk about the St. Nick. Great job on the float, Nicholas, yesterday with his Piano Man Band tribute to Billy Joel, and he did a great job on the float, him and Phyllis and the band. We are going to plan to go to Brandolino Encore Music. I think we should do. I think we should do a live remote there.
Yes, absolutely. You guys got to come out. We have
Let's do an Ocean's Pit there. Do another special Ocean's Pit at night. Everybody over there, we'll maybe get all our musician friends to go over there. And
absolutely.
Because I know Nick has called me a couple times. When are we going to go? When do we go? And
you got to go. It's a beautiful store. It really is. It's a really nice store. And Bobby takes very good care of it. And we have a nice, beautiful stage right in the showroom. Yeah, and it's a fully functioning, and it's all got the lights and sound, everything. And we could turn it into a nice little event for sure.
And that's what we're going to do. We'll make it worse. With Harvey Weinstein, many celebrities looked the other way until it was too late. Thank you, Jeremy.
Well, Harvey Weinstein was with the women, though. He was the scumbag with the women.
Well, it could have been men, too. We don't know. Only the women.
Too, but were they kids? Because here's the thing. When you're an adult, and I do understand that people can, twist situations and make women feel very uncomfortable. Listen, I started doing what I was doing when I was like 19. I was trying to become, trying to get in the radio, with TV, this, that, you're around a lot of older men. It happened to me with somebody from Chicago that people know very well. I don't tell the story out to people, but I mean, it was a real scumbag move. Like the second I realized this guy hired me to be as a personal assistant, I would have met a ton of people. I was 19, just started college, I was, perfect networking. And then he was handing me a credit card to go shopping for clothes because we were going to be at events together, sporting events together, right? A lot of them. And I'm like, oh, well, I have money. I can go get my own clothes, and it was just odd interaction. And then I kind of made it kind of clear to him that that's not what I'm looking to do. What are you looking to do? Like, do you want me to go to events, be assistant, or what? And the next day they called me and said, oh, you know what? Because of liability purposes, we can't give you that position the next day. So I reached out to the guy and I threatened him a little bit. And I said, you're going to pay me for the time I took to come out there yesterday, because this is bullshit, or I'm going to blow your shit out of the water, just so you know. And he's like, you're giving me my money's worth for wasting my time, because I was pissed. And everybody knows this person, but it happens. But listen, if I wanted to, okay, then I would have done it. Listen, you decide what you want to do. What do you want your reputation to be? And what are you willing to do? What part of your soul are you willing to sell, or your self-respect? I would have been in a much, don't get me wrong, I love what I do now and where I am, but I know for a fact, even when I started at Fox 32 News for a year, there's so many things that are always staring you in the face as a young woman too, that will get you there much more quickly. I'm not judging people, but don't bitch about it 30 years after you're rich and famous, okay?
Carol, let's just go back. We know Madonna admitted. Madonna slept her way to the top. You know what else did?
I respect that if she's admitting it.
I did too, but I wish would expect that? Harris. Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Side action to Arsenio. Governor Brown, come on.
Yeah, come on. I mean,
come out and say exactly what you were. There's videos of her on Howard Stern of her taking her shirt off on his show years ago. I mean, come on. You don't see that on Main Street television, do you? They don't make
Admit
that
it.
shit
Just
up.
take accountability. And you know what? If you're going to be a baller, then acknowledge what you've done, because
Absolutely.
now you're a liar, and now no one's going to trust
get more
you.
respect. Look at
Right, you
Charlie
get more
Sheen.
respect.
Charlie Sheen goes, yeah, I party, I do that. Yeah, absolutely, I do. What can
Yeah.
you say to somebody after they tell you the truth?
You can't. And you know what? I have a lot of friends, and acquaintances, friends, whatever you want to call them at this point. I don't even know anymore with all this shit going on with the political stuff, but that really look up to Kamala Harris for their daughters. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? And then I just say a few things like what we're talking about. you can't prove that, prove. I go, well, then you can't prove that Trump raped anybody, because he didn't. Because they have no proof, but you want to believe that he did. So why can't I believe all the things that are coming out about her, actually coming out about her?
Yeah, I mean,
that I don't want my daughter looking up to that. Like
Yeah.
I said, the president, listen, me growing up, my mother or father never had me or my son or my brother looking up to the president as a role model, meaning how you should be, how you should act. Don't get me wrong. It's wonderful to have somebody who's a good role model in that place, in that position. But you know what? Your parents are the ones that need to be the role model. Okay. Not the president, not the vice president. Like, it's always nice to have somebody you can look up to, but I'm not looking to them to raise my kids. That's my job. Just make it possible for me to do that. You know what I mean?
Someone told me yesterday, it was a politician, I won't mention any names.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, for the people that don't say, I don't like former President Donald Trump, it's not his political view, I just don't like him as a person.
Yeah.
Remember, she goes, you're not sending him a Valentine's Day card.
Exactly.
This is not a love card you're sending to somebody when you're voting.
Right. I tell people, I'm not looking to marry my daughter off. I'm not looking to marry my daughter off. Like, what the hell do I care? If he did cheat on his wife, okay, listen, I don't condone that. I don't like that. Listen, I don't like cheaters. Yeah. Who does? But you know what? Every other president that people love so much, they all cheated, and they were very blatant.
I mean, look at Clinton.
Give me a break.
Clinton was one of the guys named.
He was playing hide the cigar. Okay.
Yeah, but wait a minute. I got that. But look, Clinton's name was even on the Epstein's list. Nothing happened to him.
No.
Did you see Clinton in the news now throwing Kamala Harris under the bus for the way she handled the whole patrol border? I mean, that's one of your people.
Yeah.
It's like what there. And yeah, so it's a little crazy. And Boyd said, but you're still helping giving these people a job. Yeah, you're trying. Boyd said we need to raise the bar on those who represent us. Oh boy, Boyd, I don't know. I was too young. Were you happy when I'm not a crook? I'm Richard M. Nixon. Oh boy, I love him. He's a great guy.
Right.
So I'm not talking about the future. You're right, Boyd. For the future, we need new, fresh, we need someone to stop the shit that's going on now.
Yeah, and for people that hate Trump, guess what? At least we had a vice president. There would be a vice president that in 4 years, the possibility of him becoming president would be there. Listen, maybe after this next 4 years, if things go well, we can get back to some sort of a normalcy, and actually people who have kind of, paid their dues, so to speak, because Kamala never got it. Like you said, nobody ever voted for her for anything.
Thank you. There was no primary for this woman, Boyd, and anybody else.
Nothing.
There was no primary for this woman. How is that possible?
Mm-hmm. No, people know. Even the people I've talked to that hate are the biggest Trump haters. They said, listen, we know that she's not somebody we would pick. They even said that, but they just can't stand him that much, which I get it, because I felt like that about Hillary Clinton. So I felt that way. So I think that's how I can relate to them, is that at least I know what it's like to just absolutely not be able to stand one person that you just can't vote for. Like that was Hillary for me. And I read a lot about that stuff. You have to read about it. I'm not just listening to what people are saying to me, or,
No, you have to do,
you gotta research,
you have to do your study. But here's the problem, guys. Here's the problem. When people say, do your homework, do your homework. You're right, Boyd. You're right. But they say, do your homework. Now, what's the difference between someone that does the Kamala Harris homework, the facts, and then our side doing the Trump facts. How do you know which facts are real and which aren't?
Well, that's another thing. That's what they said to me. Where do you go for your news?
Where do you go for your why? Because the 9 mainstream media that's owned by 9 billionaires that are all Democrats,
exactly,
all liberals, liberals, whether they're whatever it is, and they control the main. So that's all we see. So this is where you're getting your views from.
Right?
How does that work?
It doesn't. It shouldn't. That's who needs to really start being accountable are these networks, because you know what if they're talking about misinformation, false information, putting 10-second clips up. Listen, editing could be the devil. It is. Listen, this
absolutely.
is
look what happened with 60 Minutes. Look what happened with 60 Minutes. They edited some of Kamala Harris's answers. They're getting in trouble right now as we speak.
Oh my God. I don't know. I'm sick of arguing with people. I just want this to be over. I pray to God
it's going to be over. But what I'm just trying to say is, like I said, I like to get somebody that can tell me, you know, give me something. I like to hear everybody's stories. All I hear is
honest, though. But be honest.
I want someone just to be up and honest instead of saying, you know what, he's an asshole.
Right.
I don't like his tweets. He's an asshole. That's all I got. He's a creep. He's an asshole.
Just without the names and pictures
anywhere. Give me something else.
And you looked at another resume. You don't need a name or a face to it. If you just looked at the paperwork and what he has accomplished and what she has not accomplished in the last 3.5 years. Look at, she's standing there saying that she's going to be the one to fix everything. She's fixing everything that they broke. So they broke it, they ruined it. And now she's coming in to fix her own fuck ups. Right. I mean, it's a clusterfuck, honestly.
It's just crazy. And guys, we all know it. Republican, Democrats, everybody that's watching the show, Trump haters, Trump lovers, Kamala haters, Kamala lovers. Yeah. We're going to know in less than in 3 weeks to whatever the hell it is. And I'm just afraid, ladies and gentlemen, that I just don't know what's going to happen if the right, I just don't know. That's thing that really get my gut. I'm feeling inside that what is going to happen November 6th, November 7th, November 8th, what's going to happen. And God forbid, even the Democrats or the liberals that listen to the show, God forbid that someone actually shoots and kills Donald Trump. Your guys, you think everybody's just going to sit quiet on that? You think everybody's, oh, well, heck, it's going to be a real shit show.
Yes.
And I don't know. It's going to be scary, guys. And not only for us, but for our kids and kids in school and grandkids in school and people at jobs. People are going to go ballistic if he gets assassinated.
If he wins, that's the thing that we're going to be afraid of more than anything is if he wins,
they're going to try to kill him there too.
And the people out on the streets, that's what they're going to do. And then we're going to have 4 years of hearing nothing but bullshit on every TV and every talk show and I can't even handle that again. I can't even go through it again. That's why I stopped getting cable. I couldn't even watch this shit anymore. Like I couldn't. It's like a bunch of little children.
No, I got it. And Albert said a good question, but guys, and there you go. Thank you, Boyd. Fear is the plan. I agree with you on that thing. I agree with you with that, Boyd. But I also want to think, Albert, think about this. But the thing is, who out of the two running is the best at this stage? Guys, all I can tell you is what it was like 4 years ago, to my knowledge, how it was pre-COVID. During, even though COVID was... No president could have handled COVID.
No.
First, especially when they started in the first place. Just my opinion, so don't go crazy. But what I'm trying to say is, come on, that's not a fair shake. That's like saying the Green Bay Packers sucked because Jordan Love was out for the whole season. So they lost every game. You got a world pandemic. Superman's not coming in to save the day.
No, that was very, very well planned. It was it was mastermind for sure. They knew exactly what they were doing for mental health, kids, families. everything fell apart then. That is the beginning. That was the beginning of all of this.
Correct. Albert, you're right. COVID was a bitch for all. COVID changed the country. Thank you, Jeremy. COVID changed the country for the worse. People became more self-centered and angry. Yeah.
Well, angry, yes, but it's the mental health issue we're dealing with, which is the root of a lot of the problems that are happening here with school shootings and this and that, and people going out with rifles and semi-automatic weapons. And you know what? Then the criminal justice system lets them out because they don't find them in
$5,000. Now let me ask you guys. I know we're at 1:00, but let me ask you guys on the other side, on the conservative side, if someone took a shot at Kamala Harris, you think in California, you think you'd only get $5,000 bail and go, see you later, go to court and see what happens? No, not at all. That's what I mean. Let's be fair. Mighty Mouse is here to save the day. Anyway, folks, let's thank our good friends from Airtight Windows, Louis Pipes. Great seeing you, buddy. If you're looking for new windows and you want it done right, do it right with Airtight. For honesty, quality, dependability, do it right with Airtight. Serving the Chicagoland over 35 years, do it right with Airtight. Call Louis Pipes at 708-788-5000. We are at 1:00. We're done. I just want to say a couple things, guys. This Thursday, the main event band, Daniel Raimondi, Tony Toto, and Jerry Jams will be at Venuti's in Addison. That's a 7:30 hit. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse with Double T, Tony Toto. Saturday, we'll be in Salem, Wisconsin, which is right over the border, an hour drive to Premier Wine and Speakeasy. It's supposed to be a brand new hot spot. We'll be there with Jerry Jam Saturday night, and Sunday we're returning to Ron Onesti's Club Arcata Speakeasy. Don't forget, folks, 27th of October, we're going to the Josie Awards, and I know Carol will be joining us too, and it's going to be a lot of fun in Nashville. On the 13th, again, like I said, we filmed a little promo today with Rick Lindy and Tim Seaton. We're going to be Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones, and Ocean's Rat Pack will be at the Tivoli Theater November 13th. And don't forget St. Jude's on the 24th, rocking St. Jude's. We gave away 8 tickets. We're going to give away 2 more tickets tomorrow. 2 more tickets, trivia questions. And guys, get some tickets and enjoy coming out to Rockin' St. Jude's on the 24th at the Arcata Theater in St. Charles. All the money is for St. Jude's, folks. Heart to Heartbreaker, Diva Montel, Nixa Hodges with the Piano Man, of course. Ocean's Rat Pack was going to be there. And don't forget, guys, American English with their tribute to Beatles. And if you don't want to drive, if you live in the Melrose Park area, that area, you don't want to drive out there, if you're a little older, that Carl Doty has a bus that you can rent. I think they only had 10 people. I don't know. The bus could be sold out for all I know, but you want to give Carl a call, 224-600-0333. $75 gives you the pickup at the bus ride there and back. It gives you the ticket to the show, and it gives you a continental breakfast, and it'll be served at the Melrose Park Civic Center. The breakfast is at 11 o'clock. The show starts at 1 p.m. So call, again, Carl Doty, 224-600-0300. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, guys, we got to go. But before that, we got some birthdays. Nancy McEwen from Facts of Life, 58. Peter Coyote, 83. Mario Lopez, 51 years old. Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm, 41. MJF from AEW Wrestling, happy birthday, Maxwell. Judd Hirsch from Taxi, 89. Grace Slick, I know Craig Olson might be watching. Grace Slick from Jefferson Airplane, Starship, 84. Dale Earnhardt Jr., race car driver, 50. Gary Newman in cars. Anyway, 66. Let's see. Jenny, Laura Mizzy's daughter, Jenny, happy birthday. Artie Lang from the Mancow Show. Jeff Sanderson from Schaumburg. Jeff, happy birthday. Ron Howard, Opie, and Richie Cunningham, 70 years old. Roger Daltrey from The Who, 80. Nikki Meatballs in Chicago. Nikki, Luann's brother, Nikki, happy birthday. Neil Patrick Harris, Dr. Doogie,
Doogie Howser.
Doogie Howser. There you go. God. Shaka Khan, 71, and former Chicago Bear Mike Singletary turns 50 years old today. Guys, last but not least, our brand new sponsor that we forgot to mention again, we've just got no time, but we will say it again. Our good friends from Guzman and Gomez. Fast
Guzman.
food.
It's Guzman.
Guzman and Gomez. That's what it says here. GYG is reinventing fast food by making it healthy, clean, and enjoyable. They don't add any preservatives, no artificial flavors or colors, no unacceptable additives. Come out and try their burritos, tacos, bowls, salads. They even burrito replaced the ice for French fries. Anyway, keep in mind they're offering fundraisers, catering, and more. Guzman and Gomez. Download the GYG app and get a free burrito. Call our son Joe, the regional manager, at 224-636-3646 and try some good, healthy fast food. And of course, our friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, supporting local establishments. It's important. Buy local and helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. It's Twisted Tuesday. Thank you, Carol Brandolino, my dear friend. Thank you. We will see you soon. And tomorrow, my friend Julia, talking about her story. It's going to be crazy. Thursday, Laura Ocean will be with us for most of the hour. But, of course, we got Anthony Ramundi from Conservative Ant will be starting off the show on Thursday. And we're going to have fun. Our good friend Paulina is going to be on Friday. We'll talk more about that. But anyway, we got to go. Guys, remember, buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment. Be kind to everybody. And most importantly, get off your ass and vote to the polls, right? Vote, everybody. Vote. And Ringo says peace and love. We need it. God bless you, everybody. Have a great day. Nixa Hodges, take us out. Bye-bye, guys.
Oh, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Hey, everybody, we got to go. Have a great one. God bless you.